Today on View to a Grill, we're reviewing the Z-Grill's 700D3, and along the way, we'll be smoking 3 racks of ribs. Before we get started, let me show you 2 items the Z-Grills comes with out of the box. A grill cover and 4 rotating casters, 2 of which lock. You don't have to purchase these as extras from Z-Grills. First, let's prepare our ribs. Whenever you're smoking more than 1 rack of ribs, you want to choose ribs that are roughly about the same size. First, we'll trim off anything we don't want to eat. And then, of course, peel off the membrane. I'll also square off the ends. And you can see here they all came out to about the same size. Next, we'll season our ribs with a neutral SPG seasoning. I'll have the recipe to this one in a pinned comment below. Here's what my ribs looked like when I was done seasoning them. And since I did this the day before, they're going into the refrigerator overnight. We're done seasoning our ribs. Let's set up the Z-Grill's 700D3. One of the things I like about the 700D3 is that the grill grates are porcelain coated, and if you can't have stainless steel, then porcelain coated is the way to go. It comes with this heavy duty drip pan and a heat deflector that's large and fits like a glove. To clean it, all I do is use a whisk broom to gather up the dust and then vacuum it out. Another feature that I really like is this double insulated wall in the bottom chamber. Not only does it help insulate the grill, but it also reflects heat upward. I also like this large, heavy heat deflector. I like the way they thought about the handle and how it's bent down. This will help keep you from burning your wrist when you're opening and closing the door. They have nice little touches like this door hopper handle and a side handle that makes the grill easier to move around. So we're done cleaning. Now let's put this Z-Grills back together. I like to use a piece of balled up foil to help level out my drip pan when I place it on the Z-Grills drip pan. This makes the grill easier to keep clean. Now we can get our grates on and fill up the hopper with pellets, which don't require much because this grill is super efficient. Our Z-Grills is ready to go, and the next day all we have to do is start up our Z-Grills because all the heavy lifting was done the day before. It's about 8:31. All we have to do is push the power button and then use the control knob to dial in our temperature. This particular model of Z-Grills does not come with a Wi-Fi or an app. Everything is manual and super easy to use. Just so you can get an idea on how fast this heats up, I'll set a timer. And it took just a little over 12 minutes for the Z-Grills to reach our target temperature of 250 degrees. We've been preheating for about 30 minutes now. Let's go ahead and get our ribs on. It's 9 o'clock. I'm getting these ribs on, and I'm not pointing them in any particular direction, just getting them on and closing the lid. These will be smoking uninterrupted for the next 2 hours. Let me show you what we're going to use to spritz our ribs. What I have is some saved leftover pickle juice, and while I'm pouring this pickle juice in my spritzer, I'm going to use a small metal strainer. And that's just to make sure it doesn't clog up the sprayer. 2 hours later, at 250 degrees, there's no need to check to see if these are done. All we want to do is spritz them quickly, close the lid. As you can see, this took less than 1 minute. It's now 11:45 and we're going to spritz again. Now this time I am quickly looking for signs of doneness, and the first sign for me would be a tiny bit of pullback on the bones. I don't see any, so we're going to spritz and close the lid. I'll show you a quick pellet check, and you can see here that hardly anything has been used so far. While those are going, I'm going to go ahead and prepare our braising liquid. And all that's going to be is about 1.25 cups of chicken broth and 4 or 5 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm going to glaze these 3 ways. One with Stanley's barbecue sauce, the other 2 with some Farmer's Market finds. One is mango habanero jelly and the other one is spicy honey. I don't know if PJ Farms ships. They have no idea I'm making this video, but here's their number if you want to call them. It is now 12:30. Let's check our ribs. So we're looking at them and I do see that first sign of pullback on those bones. You can see it right here. That is the sign I'm looking for. So we'll close the lid and go set up our wrapping station. Today I'm going to be using foil to wrap our ribs. And I think we've all had this issue where on a windy day, the wind likes to blow your wrapping station around. Luckily, the TrueBoard puts magnets on the sides of their cutting boards, and all you have to do is use a pair of pliers to secure your paper. The wrapping station's ready. Let's go get our ribs. They're looking pretty good, and let me show you another sign that these are ready to wrap. When I pick them up, you can see some cracks in the ribs because of the weight of the ribs. And then if we turn them to the side and look at the bend, we got a nice little bend there. These ribs aren't ready to eat, but they're ready to wrap. What I'm also going to do is turn the temperature up to 275 degrees. The routine for these will be the same for all 3 racks. We'll lay down 8 pats of butter, season the foil, add a little bit of your sauce to the bottom, and then we'll place the ribs meat side down. We'll get that wrapped up, and we want to leave one side open so we can put in some of that braising liquid, and we'll just pour that straight in. Now we'll just finish wrapping the ribs, and there you go. We're going to do that routine 2 more times. When you're done, get all 3 racks back on the Z-Grills. We'll do another quick pellet check, and I think it's pretty amazing on how few pellets we've run through so far. Now we let these go until 2 o'clock, and at 275 degrees, they're cooking a little faster. So let's get them off and unwrap one of these ribs. Now, these blown out bones right here is all I need to see to know that these ribs are ready to eat. I'm going to boat these ribs for 2 reasons. 1, to help keep my pellet grill clean, and 2, it's to save the juices. So now we want to get our ribs turned over, and these look fantastic, and then glaze our ribs. This time we're going to use a little honey for the peach habanero and the spicy honey, and the barbecue sauce for the other. We'll get those back on the grill and let them go for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, I'll resauce the ones with barbecue sauce and add just a little more honey to the other 2 racks. For these last 15 minutes, I'm also going to raise the temperature to 300 degrees. And here we are, 15 minutes later. Look at these ribs. Man, they look good. The bad thing about this is these ribs are not for me, but I did manage to steal a little taste, and yeah, they are excellent. Here's a good look at what they all look like side by side on the board. Now I'm going to let these rest a little while on my board before I have to pack them up and leave the house to make a short delivery. But here is what one of those racks look like. Beautiful color, beautiful smoke ring, delicious. Now, before I shut the Z-Grills off, I like to run it on high for 20 to 30 minutes just to burn off that excess grease and make it easier to brush out the next time I cook. Once you're done, put it in shutdown mode. Now, without a doubt, for me, the Z-Grills, it is the best pellet grill in its price range. All the features that you get with it, no other pellet grill comes with all of those things for the price they charge you. So if I had to say, would I get the Z-Grills again? I'd have to say absolutely. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to View to a Grill, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.